She got the whole bottle in her mouth. What in the world? And you know what? I did tell people I thought we had 30-second reset timers. I was wrong about that. Apparently, we can only do 20 seconds as the longest. So that's gonna be the reset time is. Okay, so we've got the BC admins in the red and white paint jobs, and we've got the 80%ers in the gray and red cars. Looks like not too much damage has been dealt so far. Oh wow, actually, Marine got pushed up onto the wall, and he's lost over half of his HP already. So that's not looking good. There's a lot of Grand Dukes on the BC admins team here. I wonder, I'm thinking that's probably going to be one of the most popular of the Derby cars. Alright, Chief putting a shot on the Maxwell. Kind of putting him into the corner here. But he goes across the track and gets a good shot on the VTEC. Chunking his wagon down. Definitely looks like the BC admins pretty large health advantage. Chief does have quite a bit of car left. We were talking about that. He always does seem to be there at the end for his team. Ooh, but he took a big shot on the VTEC there. That's definitely not good for 80%. It looks like they've lost one of their members. It must have been Marine. And then it looks like, oh, VTEC with a nice shot, but he's pretty low on health. He better get out of there, or he's going to just dodges an attack from Finney. And it looks like Roof Dog is also out of the competition. That hit by Zetsquatch finished off VTEC. Oofda. You know, I don't know, maybe these Grand Dukes are a little more overpowered than I first thought. I kind of figured they're so slow, you know, that you might be able to outmaneuver them, but I guess when you got three of them coming at you. And Zetsquatch just getting in Chief's way, trying to slow him down. It's kind of the only way I think you get caught by those heavy cars. You just kind of have to create a roadblock. Oh, Zetsquatch put a good shot on the Poop Sock and Chief there, but that's the end of that one. Okay, so the BC admins, they won the Derby portion. All right, and for any team that is watching here, this is the standard for all of our race events. They all start in a similar fashion, just like this. Obviously, if there's like a bigger track, you know, you can go faster than 40 miles per hour around it if you'd like. But we will start in a checkered fashion, and that will get a little tricky maybe when there's more than two teams, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so Marine with a pretty good hole shot, but Zetsquatch is all over him. VTEC pushes Zetsquatch into the wall. Marine's coming down on the inside, scoots in just behind Zetsquatch. Looks like he got caught back up with Poop Sock there. VTEC is pulling away from Zetsquatch just a little bit. Looks like his Star Beast might be a hair lighter. Ooh, there's some good shots in the back of the pack there. Poop Sock and Roof Dog going into the wall. Maxwell's taking pod shots. So we're about halfway through the race, and looks like 80%'s holding the lead here pretty well. Jeez, Maxwell just dropping shots on Chief there. All of 80%, really. Ooh. Roof Dog takes out Zetsquatch, the lead runner for the BC admins. Looks like VTEC's got a considerable lead now. He's all the way around the corner, and that's just getting through it now. He did clear a little hole for himself, though. I do have to give him that much. He definitely cleared out 3 of those guys pretty handily. Looks like Finney just missed VTech, and then he actually slowed down Squatch just a little bit there. Looks like Finney just missed VTech once again. Okay, Roof Dog intercepted Finney, and Finney got VTech. Just gave him a little nudge, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Oh, Squatch is closing in quick, but Maxwell actually hits Squatch at the same time. Zeth is right. He's right there. Oh, the BC admins better turn around quick, otherwise it looks like VTech's. He's pulling in on the last lap. He's going to cross in time. All right, so this has not happened in the last event one time. So we've actually got 80% winning the race, and the BC admins won the derby. So the BC admins, Squatch will get a choice of an 8-lap race, any track that you like. This is the first time this has ever happened. It's always been whoever wins the derby always ends up winning the race right after. So this is cool. This is unexpected. All right, pretty even start right off the bat there, but VTech just blowing by everybody on the outside, and Finney just getting ahead there of Marine. Oh, and they're pretty good mess back there. That gives VTech a good chance to widen the gap just a little bit more on Squatch. I think he's got a little bit faster car once again. So that's going to be hard for Zeth to catch him. But I'm sure we'll be seeing some backwards driving. It's probably going to start happening pretty soon here because there's a huge gap between the players. Yeah, VTech already has a half a lap lead over a few of the cars. Looks like he's just widening his lead on Squatch right now. Okay, looks like we've got Maxwell heading in the reverse direction finally, as well as Chief. And Finney's turned around. Looks like he couldn't turn in time to take out VTech. VTech's okay, so 1 out of 3. VTech did a pretty good job of dodging there. He did make contact with Maxwell, but Maxwell also made contact with Squatch. So, oh, and there's Sock. Looks like he caught Chief though. Looks like VTech still got a pretty good lead over Squatch here. Probably a half a second to a second lead there. Ooh, Maxwell getting a huge shot onto VTech. VTech was going the wrong direction there on the track. He gets back on, but not before Squatch actually takes a second or 2 lead over him. And there's only 2 laps left here in the final race of the heat. So 80%, they've got to figure something out. Oh, unless Maxwell helps them out. Oh my goodness, and Roof Dog gave VTech some contact, so it's a battle of it's a battle between teammates here in the late stages of the race. That's really unfortunate for BC admins. They had just taken the lead. Maxwell sacrificing himself to take VTech out, and Zesquatch catches up from behind and gives him a shot. Wow, this is insane. Chief getting sidetracked with Finny and misses Zesquatch leading the race there. Poopsock! Poopsock slows down Zesquatch, but he actually does make contact with VTech as well. This is crazy. There's been so many team hits and so many lead changes. There's been a few lead changes. And we got a stalemate right here. VTech slipping by. Oh no! I mean, oh yes, for 80%. That's awesome. After losing the Derby, they got just half a lap to go. Is there anyone left from BC Admins to come back the opposite direction? It doesn't look like it. And 80% takes the first heat here in the Quarantine Team Smash event. They'll advance directly to the A main. And it looks like the BC Admins will be dropping to the B main. That's an interesting choice by Race Climb, 64 rating Star Beast. I was not expecting anybody to... Oh no, I picked the same colored cars. Did I pick the same... I picked the same colored cars for our team. I hope that doesn't mess them up too much. Oh no, RC picked the wrong car. He picked the wrong car. Well, he's gonna have to make it work. Looks like Slagjag. Oh, I think they've all got the Imperial. What's that? Or what's it called? The Grand Duke. Gosh, yeah, you don't want to get caught in between those cars. That's a nightmare. Oh, King of Destruction. Just getting walloped here. Gosh, and I'm not sure if it's the car or if it's just the, maybe it just happens to be that these players are just, better at driving, or better at derbying, I should say. But if the last heat shows anything, the events or the results of the derby don't necessarily mean anything. So this could go either way. But it does look like the Slagjags are really putting a beat down on the Wreckmasters right now. Ooh, Race Climb getting hit by Flea from across the track. Major Impact puts a shot on to Flea, but in that little speed demon, I think he's just kind of hurting his own car, unfortunately. Looks like he got taken out, so it's just going to be King of Destruction, who is finished up pretty easily. All four cars running still for the Slagjags, so good first round, or good first event by them. We're doing some things right. I may not be able to do much right, but we can get some stuff done right. Alright, so the race portion's underway. Team Slabjack, they already have the Derby win under their belt. So the Wreckmasters, if they have any hope of winning this heat, they've got to do well in this race here. It is not looking good. Team Slabjack's already ahead. 3 cars. Or they have 3 cars, I should say, in front of everyone on the other team. 3 laps in, so... They're definitely looking strong. Other teams, heads up, this is a big contender. Honestly, I felt like the first heat had 2 of the best contenders in the... Oh, wow! Major Impact coming out of nowhere. That actually let Race Climb catch up a good amount here. Race Climb with a shot on the Rebel. These guys, that's perfect. That's a great strategy to start with, but they're going to need to do more of that. They're definitely not going to be able to catch him going the right way around the track, so... looks like 292 is going backwards, and he takes out 2 players, actually. Slows them both down. Race Climb catching up once again. He's right behind Outrun the Flea. This is wild. This is wild. Because, if you look at it, the Wreckmasters, they don't have any fast cars on the track. They're all, like, fully armored, almost, it looks like. Actually, that wagon's not that heavy that RC is in. Wow, right behind Flea right there, halfway through the race. Well, it might actually be a little further because I'm following 292 and he's been going backwards for a few laps, so probably only a few laps left, 2 or 3 laps left, if I had to guess. Maybe 2 laps left now. With Flea leading it, he's got just half a second or a second over race climb. Actually widens the gap pretty good right there. Maybe Major Impact could take him out, but he misses. So we've got at least 1 more lap. Maybe 2. I'm not sure. 292 with a shot onto Slabjack, but Slabjack wasn't leading the race. Race climb is, or sorry, Outrun the Flea is. Oh, I guess there's another lap. I was wrong. And it looks like Flea's got a big enough lead now. They basically would have to just wreck him to win this race. They can't. I don't think they have a shot of. Oh, and that was the last lap right there. So it looks like the Slagjag, Team Slagjag, Team Slagjag will be going on to the A main right here on my channel. Appreciate it so much, man. Zsquatch with a $50 donation. Wow, that's great. That puts the total prize pool up to $333.55. We broke $300, guys. That is insane. Absolutely insane. Another subscription coming in from Soko, man. I love it so much, guys. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. But we got to get this derby going here. Looks like the players are all waiting. So, I'm going to back out of the way here. And for those of you that may ask, there is no option to do a player list, actually, when you're spectating a derby in Wreckfest. You can go to that last screen I was at, but that's the only way to see the scores. So we're going to have to just go with the blank screen for now, but I kind of like this natural view. It looks pretty good. Wow, Knights, Templar Dirt, already got less than half his car left. I just realized there's 2 Dirts in this race. There's one on Team Saucy, there's CC Dirt, and we've got Knights Templar Dirt on Smoke One for the Dirty Creeper, who is getting just rolled by Weak Sauce right now. And that Grand Duke. Boy, the Grand Dukes are looking really popular tonight, and I mean, that should be expected, you know, for sure. Maybe we'll see about, we might have to ban them from competition for the next Team Smash event we do, but I thought that we should give it a shot, you know, before we do disallow them, but it's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, even the fully armored war wagon's not really hanging with them. It doesn't look like as well. Weak Sauce, woo! Big shot on the foreseen. We'll try to keep it appropriate, at least for the tournament. You know, I'll probably turn the mature watching thing back on afterwards, but we'll just say his name is Foreseen. For those of you guys that know him, that's not exactly the pronunciation that you'd use. Sparkplug with a good shot on the Dirt's wagon. CC Dirt's wagon, I should say. You know, it looks like Team Saucy's got actually the number advantage here. I thought they were going to be out pretty early when I saw Dirt, who just suicided himself on Sparkplug. But yeah, D4's all by himself out there versus 3 of the Team Saucy members, so a nice job by those guys. Pretty good, strong showing in the first derby round here. I'm sure that it won't take too long to finish him off. Looks like that did it, so Team Saucy taking the derby in Heat 3. We've got a much bigger event planned. We've already eaten up a pretty good chunk of time, but hopefully it just goes smoother and smoother as we go here, and we can get more teams going. Once we get to the later rounds, it will pick up pretty fast for pace, especially if you're driving. UW Police, he had the inside angle on Dirt, but Dirt shied away. But Acoustics took advantage of that and spun him out, which gave UW Police a pretty good lead here. And if you guys have ever raced with this guy in the public server, you know he's pretty fast and not an easy guy to chase down. Dirt with a good shot on the weak sauce back there, just catching that back in the turn 3, I guess you'd call it. So it looks like you know, the SIPTDC team has done pretty good clearing out the other team that was around them, but I don't think they're going to be catching them based on just their speed alone, though they do have a good amount of fast drivers. Oh, it looks like Forcine actually did turn around, and he is going for the Team Saucy's their players here. UWU Police with a little fishtail maneuver to juke out Forcine. Forcine's just taking whatever he can get that's red and yellow right now. UW Police, once again, avoiding the backwards driving Forcine, excuse me. Yeah, right now, I mean, it's looking pretty commanding by UWU Police. D4 may have made up just a little bit of time, but even then, it's like an entire straightaway that UWU Police has for a lead. He got slowed down a little bit by Forcine there, but I don't think it didn't hardly make a difference at all. He still has like a whole straightaways lead, so Forcine's really got to make that last bit of his car count. If I was on the other team and I saw him coming, I would have lined right up with him there and took him out just to you know, just to save the leader, because he just got taken out. Forcine using the last HP points on his car to actually take out the leader of Team Saucy, and we got D4 Creeper up in the lead here, looking to take the second event here. So if that does happen, oh, and let me get the yeah, sorry, I'll get the player list back up here. Okay, yeah, so D4 just finished the race. So it's 1-1 actually. So they've got the slowest car starting up front for them. SIPTDC does, or at least the heaviest car, anyways. And they've got the guy who was the fastest in the race in the last one for Team Saucy, who gets a huge jump right off the gate there. But D4, excuse me, is right on his heels. And D4 actually goes around, sorry about that, caught up in the trees. D4 goes on the outside and actually takes a pretty good gap lead here over UWU Police. Of course, you know, I had estimated this event would probably take about 3 hours. We're about an hour and 15 minutes into it. Sorry, so far I had to look at the clock there. So the camera. Sorry if it's making you seasick. I hear that tonic water works really well for that. You know, so if you find yourself getting nauseated at the terrible camera control that I have, I recommend tonic water. Go pick some up now. Yeah, it'll make you feel better, I guess. But anyways, D4 still with a good lead. Forcine just doing some good crowd control in the back there by. Oh, I missed something here. Looks like Dirt must have been going backwards. CC Dirt, that is, for Team Saucy. It looked like he made some contact with D4, but yeah, that didn't make a big difference at all, because it's still 3 SIPTDCs up in front here. Actually, UW Police did pass one, but he's still fighting with him back there, and he's just not anywhere near D4 right now. Forcine's laying on his side there. Oh, Dirt just about gave him a shot. Holy cats, did he sit there for 20 seconds and wait to reset? That's ridiculous. I figured it would come into play in the races, but I knew that the 20-second reset wouldn't make a difference in the derbies, because it's just not. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Okay. So there's UW Police. He had caught up. Oh, he was so close to catching D4, and he got caught up there after the jump. Oh, and Foreseen gets a shot onto acoustics back there. So, I'm just checking this out here. So UW Police giving it his all, but it's the last lap, and acoustics misses the shot onto dirt, or onto D4, I should say. So it looks like Spark one for the Dirty Creepers, moving on to the A main. Looks like everybody's ready, so I'm gonna pull this thing off into the corner, and we'll let the Gosh, I gotta pick a car that doesn't have the same colors as some of the teams out there. I said I was gonna do that before. All right. So here we go. We've got more of the Grand Dukes out there. A team of 4 of them, actually. Holy cats! Oh my goodness! What is the Razor driving even? Is that thing's so small and light? It's why would he take that here? Oh. This is looking so one-sided. This is not even close. So you know we might have to get rid of the Grand Duke, I think, for the next Team Smash event, because it's looking pretty dominant, I gotta say. And since it's DLC, I think that's just a little, you know, that's just not really in the spirit of the event. Unfortunately, it's in this event. Guys, if you are in the event still, and you don't have the Grand Duke, and you want to compete, you might have to just buy that pack and build yourself a car while you're waiting for your heat to start here, because it's looking pretty dominant. It's looking pretty dominant. Looks like DRI already finished him off. That was so quick. Who's this guy? The Razor guy, the guy that brought the boomer to the Derby. I was not expecting anyone to do that. He's way back. Why did he start so far back? I don't understand. Why did he start back there? Well, anyways, Blues and Hornet getting out front right away. Looks like Catch-All Blues taking some contact from C.A. Gregorio, who is actually not too far behind Hornet 66 here. We'll see if he's got any speed in that car. Looks like he might. Ooh! And Crazy Man getting in Gregorio's way loses a good bit of health right there. And Monkey Soup taking out Gregorio. That helps give Hornet about a half-track lead at this point. Quite a ways out in front there. Not looking good for Team 80K. Just it looks like they came in without a real game plan so far. You know, I mean, the race isn't over yet. But it's kind of a big oof to poor guys. I mean, I'm still blown away by the boomer choice for the Derby. That just blows my mind. I mean, you know, you're facing 6,000-pound cars, right? You know. But doing a good job nonetheless. DRI's putting on a wrecking show anyways. Getting their shots in where they can. 80K, you guys, I think we're going to have to start going in the opposite direction if you want any chance of catching anybody. You know, DRI's doing it and they're already in the lead. That's just insurance to make sure they stay there, you know. And it's looking pretty one-sided so far. I think DRI is probably gonna be taking this heat. It's not over yet, of course, but gosh, I think that Chuckers. I don't know if it's just that half lap or if it's a lap and a half. To be honest with you, Gregorio doing some work here. Gets a shot on the Hornet. Of course, Hornet. You know, he's that's not gonna slow him down enough to make a big difference. And it looks like he is getting into his final lap here. Gregorio's going for another shot on him. Again, connects pretty good, but it's just a little too late, I'm thinking, as Chucker's at least almost a half lap still behind Hornet 66. And the Razor not able to connect with Hornet. Hornet does take the win there. So it'll be Team DRI moving on to the A main. Okay, they're good. They're good. Yeah, okay, I had mentioned that earlier. They were probably asking about 30 seconds because that was the original rule I had wrote. But it turns out 30 second isn't possible. 20-second resets is as long as you can do. So that's what we did. All right, nice. Oh yeah, okay, the team colors are perfect. They look great. Actually, I really like the team colors. They look nice together. All right, looks like we've got a little more even team here as far as the cars are concerned. It's even between the two teams, I should say. Other than Team CADD, Cockadoodle-Doo, they do have basically all Grand Dukes, it looks like, so that's going to be a tough team, but the Clown Baby doing a pretty good job, actually, against them. To start off here, they're dominating, it looks like. Shot with a heck of a shot on Sleazy. Soko coming in, though, for Clown Baby. Burt Reynolds just smoking both his teammates. Pancakes gets tossed up upside down by Fudgy Navels. Burt Reynolds coming in. Ooh, shot! With another good shot, but gets a good chunk of the wall. Look at that wall. That's what an Imperial will do to a wall right there. That thing is messed up. But it does look like, I'd say Clown Baby's probably going to be taking this one. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, with 3 cars still running, so pretty one-sided derby for those guys. So CB takes the derby, and so I will pay attention to the comments as we get in between heats here and stuff. So sorry if I'm not totally following along all that well. I'm trying my best. And it looks like they started Soko and Fudgy Navels getting a pretty good hole shot there. Speaking of shots, shots right behind in the Venom. Gets just a little turn on the Soko, slowing him up a bit. That gives Hart a chance to catch up to Fudgy. But not able to turn him or anything there, so looks like we'll stay where it's at. Hart coming up once again, gives a shot onto the back of Fudgy Navels. Gets him turned sideways, and Fudgy doing a pretty good job of playing protection there. He does finally get spun out, so now it's up to Shot and Hart to catch up, but Burt Reynolds taking, was that Hart? Yep, taking Hart right out there. Hart just turns around, he says, 2 can play at this game. He's going for the shot onto Soko. Ooh, and he actually catches just a bit of shot his teammate, but Space Butt's getting the shot onto Soko as Fudgy Navels passes him for the lead. Shot taking some big damage here. Trying to catch up to Soko and Fudgy Navels. Soko getting spun by Hart and his teammate Sleazy giving him a shot. Loses quite a bit of HP out of it, but looking pretty healthy. Fudgy Navels is there, his lead is, I should say. He's got, let's see, where is he? Looks like there's Fudgy. Nice little spin on the pancakes, kind of blocks the way for him. Oh, but Shot gives Fudgy a nice shot, and gets him spun around there. Soko's in second. Looks like Shot uses up the last of his car to slow down Soko. But Cockadoodle-Doo looks like they're gonna have to really turn up the wick here if they're hoping to stay in this competition without a loss. As I mentioned before, if you lose in your first heat, You have to win and compete in every event on your side of the bracket for the rest of the whole tournament. So winning your first round, as I mentioned before, is going to be a huge advantage for those teams. So it looks like Team Clown Baby, Fudgy, no, let's see here. Who is still left for Cockadoodle-Doo? It's Pancakes. But not for long. I think he's going to get taken out here. Yep. And so, by default, Clown Baby, they were in the lead already at that point when that driver got taken out. But anyways, we'll get the derby underway here. Hopefully, it's not too one-sided since, okay, so, we'll just retire. Gosh, you know, that maroon and mint color looks really good on the Grand Duke, actually. I do like that. Alrighty. So let's see, what do we got here? What do we got? So we got Sir Zippy, we got Derek McMahon, and Narbarian coming in for the Pit Viper Pipers, who actually are missing 2 of their members. But Sir Zippy had signed up as a free agent ahead of time, so we pulled him in here. I guess they pulled him in. So he is with that team now, but we'll see how they do. It would be really unfortunate. Not that well, okay. So TunerQ says they wouldn't be able to finish the event even if they win or lose, which I know we've got real life stuff. So if they do win, it's gonna send this team to the other team to the B main. So, you know, but at the same time, they didn't even show up with all their players. So I guess, you know, 6 in one, half a dozen in the other, right? Mission System finished off his teammate and an enemy at the same time there. It is a 2-on-2 left here, but it looks like Tutor Q's got a lot more car life, or a lot more car left on on their team. Yep. Durag, is it Durag or is it Durag? Is that Durag? Is that, I don't know how you would spell that, so. It's a nice job by Tuner Q taking the derby event here. It will allow him to compete a man down. If they do stick around for the A main, should they win this event, but it's not over yet. So the Pit Viper Pipers actually did just pick up another team member. And they are now locked in. They have a full roster. So throughout the rest of the event, they cannot swap any more players. They're locked in with this one that they picked for the first heat. But they're looking good here, starting off in the race portion. Basically the complete opposite of what the Derby looked like. Soups SB turning around, gets a little piece of McMahon, turns around to the wall, but he was not leading the race, so not a big loss for him there. But wow, what a lead! Beast Volley with a half a track over Lamonk right now. Or no, it's Sir Zippy. Sorry, Sir Zippy's in the lead. And yeah, he has a half-track lead over Mission System, who is right back here, and Sir Zippy is already over on this half track, so looking pretty good for the Pit Viper Pipers this time around. Soups SB taking that little what is that thing? That's the Sunrise Super, taking it backwards. Don't see that happen very often with that car. Nice shot on the Beast Volley. Oh my god, look at the damage he took. My goodness. Wow, I mean, he finished his car off there, but what a great hit. That being said, Durag. We're going to go with Durag, because I'm not sure if it's Durag or Durag, but Durag just sounds like a real name, a real word, I guess. Takes a big shot from 200Q Matt. Matt from 200Q there. Mission System right behind Sir Zippy now. As we're moving into our final laps. Mission System actually just passed him for the lead. And that's got to be... he must be on his last lap. I'm gonna guess and say he's on. He might be, or there might be 2 laps left for him yet. I'm not positive. He might have 1 more lap after this one. But ooh, Narbarian aims for the wrong 200Q member. Goes for Lamonk, who's actually a lap down right now. And he's got 1 more shot here to go for Mission System. Does get a good shot on him. Takes a lot of his HP, but he's still alive. Oh, and the rest of the Pit Viper Pipers, they missed Mission System, and they went for the wrong car. One thing they have flawed is they don't have a last team standing derby mode. Like, that is, I mean, it's a necessity. It's just a necessity. That's what we do here, and they don't have like a standalone mode for it where you could just pick it, you know, and you wouldn't have to have the same colored cars and all that. But they don't have that yet. So if you think that's something that they should do, let them know. Go to the community.bugbeargames.com website and let them know that you want to see last team standing derbying and like first to the finish team racing and stuff, because I think those are 2 really simple modes that would add a lot to the game. Anyways, as we're getting started off here, Team Midnight in the all-white cars, and the Yeet Squad in the black and green cars with the red flame accents. Looks like Team Midnight might have just a little bit more HP, but it's really close so far. Hard to say which team's got the bigger advantage. Art taking a pretty good shot onto Living Water. Shady Lurker with a good hit. Kazi Manazzi getting a shot onto someone into the wall, but Hellraiser taking a good shot across the track onto him. Kazi Manazzi getting a hit onto Art. Chokes him down pretty good. Living Water, our first victim here in Heat 7. Getting eliminated. Art's got not too much left there. Loden Moss coming across the track. Void takes out Art. Kazi Manazzi and Corbin Dallas, 2 nearly lifeless cars right next to each other there. Looks like Corbin did finish off the Yeet Squad member there. And then now it's looking like Team Midnight's, oh yeah, they've got a huge advantage. Oh, actually the Yeet Squad, they need to get those other 2 cars out, and it'll be a real close finish here. Good job by those guys. So it's 2-on-1, but Hellraiser has a lot. He's got as much more car left than both those other 2 cars combined. Oof. I don't know. Taking those things head on is you might not win that way, but look at that. Oh man, it's coming down to the wire. This is a close battle. Void with a little less health, but he's got a lot more car. You know what I mean? I mean that thing is huge and heavy. Hellraiser's going on the attack, gives him a shove into the wall. They're both just kind of barely trickling away the HP right now. It's looking really close. Neither of them wants to get much separation. Hellraiser taking advantage of the space, gets a good shot on the Void, but just not enough there. And Hellraiser with the final blow to finish it off. Nice job by him. Way to be aggressive. I don't know. That's only if we hit 500. If we hit 500, I'll figure something out for 3rd place. But for now, it's just 1st and 2nd taking all that. They are getting started here. Sorry, wasn't focusing on the race as much here. Corbin Dallas going backwards. Does slow down some of the Yeet Squad, but gives his buddy a good. Oh wow. How did he take out half his HP in 1 hit? Corbin Dallas going backwards, looking for some Yeet Squad members. He has not connected with anyone but his own teammate yet. Art's got a little bit of a lead over Loden right now. He should feel pretty safe. Definitely out of the corner bomb territory. But Loden's looking pretty fast in that wagon. At least he was right up till then. Oh, Living Water slowing Art down pretty good, which puts Kazi Manazzi right up there battling for 1st place. But he hits Corbin Dallas. Gets stopped by the outside wall there. And goodness, this is this is probably the best show we've seen so far for backwards drivers, making a big difference early on here in this race. But yeah, it looks like Art's still trying to chase down Loden. Loden's still doing really good, has a lot of car left. And he's got, you know, second and a half, probably lead right now. Oh, he did get a pretty good shot from Corbin Dallas from the front and Art from the rear. Giving him a good spin around, so now he's trying to chase Art. See how they weed through all these, all the backwards drivers. Art's struggling with a dead car there. So Loden does catch up to him, makes contact, pushes him into the wall, and takes a little bit of his health there. Nice shot by whoever that was. I don't know if that was... It was one of the Yeet squads, I think. It was probably Living Water. Sacrifices his car for the better of his teammates. Art's turn around going backwards now. Trying to give Shady Lurker, who is coming around the corner right now. He just passed for the lead with just a lap or so to go. Looks like Shady Lurker, either this is the last lap or they've got one more here. So they got one, so this has got to be the last lap. Shady Lurker in first place for Team Midnight. Oh, if only Loden, okay, if Loden gets off, he'd have to hit Shady. Void's got to go backwards. It's the only way. They've got to actually wreck Shady. It's the only way they'll be able to have a shot to go on to the next event here and try to win this heat still. Shady avoids Void and takes the win for his team, moving on to the A main. Nice bit of driving there. Okay. Oh, look at that paint job on that. Nice one. Actually, the purple looks pretty. You know, maybe the it's just a good looking car. The Grand Duke, like a lot of the paint jobs look really pretty good to me, at least in that car. But I love my classic American irons. Maybe it's just me. Because even the purple paint job looks pretty good, I think, at least. Ooh, MCO Royce, good. Shout out to Nutella in the Wingman, by the way. Shout out to Nutella Ice driving the Wingman. It's a pretty neat old car. I like that one too. Ooh, Rocket, Purple 44, make a little contact there. Gnome Sand with a shot on the Fuzzy, puts him on his side. Now, if I'm from Team Chaos Effect, I would be going for Fuzzy right now while he's on his side, trying to get that early elimination. So you don't have to deal with him later on. Yeah, it's actually looking not too bad for Chaos Effect right now. I was kind of expecting Team Purple to look a little more dominant in this first heat, but looks like Chaos Effect is really bringing it. Ooh, and Alcar bringing it to Reckless. That's your teammate, buddy. Little friendly fire there. Definitely evens things back out for being a man down. I think that Team Purple is actually looking quite a bit stronger still. Or now, I should say. So, looks like Chaos Effect's about to go a man down. There it is. 3-on-3 matchup now. Still pretty close in the health department. Nutella Ice is not with us much longer, though. Looks like Team Purple just lost another member. That must have been MCO Royce. No, it was not. It was EJ Rocket. They lost Rocket. MCO Royce getting pushed around here. Purple takes out Nutella Ice. Nice job there. Way to go. It's real close here, but MCO Royce has got the upper hand on Malcar. If he doesn't take a big cross shot from Gnome Saiyan, but he does. Malcar gets taken out, though. Gnome couldn't quite finish off MCO Royce there, so it's going to be pretty tough for him. It is a one-on-one matchup. Purple 44 with a heck of a good hit. Chunking down Gnome Saiyan pretty well there. This is a close derby. This was actually a pretty good one. I imagine it probably wouldn't have been quite as close if Fuzzy didn't get tipped over there. Team Purple taking the derby portion of Heat 7. Malcar and Hot Lip Fuzz starting up front here. They're ways ahead of the rest of the crew, and Reckless somehow pulled around the outside of Hot Lip Fuzz right after the start there. Goodness, how fast is that car? Reckless is, gosh, he's got like nearly a second lead already. I mean, it's got to be right around there anyways. And just after the first lap of the race, MCO Royce is a really fast driver, I know, but you know, the build makes a big difference on how heavy you build your car, especially for the racing portion. You know, and I noticed that last time. Everybody started their first races with like full armor on their cars in the last Team Smash event, and then by the time we got towards the last heats or closer to the finals, people had started making their cars a lot lighter for the racing, so they could actually race. You know, that's kind of neat how that strategy plays into it too. Because when you start taking shots like that from your teammate, having a light car is not beneficial. Oof. But anyways, that does put MCO Royce up into the front there. Looks like Gnome Sands trying to get in his way here, but didn't do much. You know, he can slow down Fuzzy if he wants, but Fuzzy's not leading the race, so I mean, I guess you'll have to slow them both down either way to really be effective. Reckless catching up to Hot Lip Fuzz, but MCO Royce has quite the lead right now. Quite the lead indeed. Finally catching up to some lap traffic. Purple 44 does a good job providing Royce with a viable outside line there. Does take a shot from Malcar, but looks like he's holding his lead just fine. Maybe Reckless has pulled in on him just a bit, but nearly a quarter of the track lead for MCO Royce here. Ooh, Purple 44 gets a piece of Royce, but just doesn't take him out. Lucky for them. And I would have to say Royce is probably on lap 8 at this point. Oh, and he's got a few members from Chaos Effect that he's got to fight with. And it actually gets passed by... Oh, that was the last lap! What? The Reckless taking it on the last lap. Okay, Reckless took it on the last lap in the very last straightaway. Alright, well, we're starting off anyways. We did have someone join there, but no worries, no worries. We'll get this going. Poor Hart, he's so excited. The poor guy must have joined like 4 times. Yeah, or like 3 times, 2 or 3 times. When it wasn't his turn. I know he just wants to race. It's okay. He'll be in the next one anyways. Alright. So MCO Royce, and I've seen this exact situation probably like 30 times or more, where MCO Royce racing the Killer B, and he's in a C-Class Killer B, mind you. That's not an A-Class car. That's a C-Class Killer B, and he is leading the pack and pulling away, getting a bigger and bigger gap every single lap here. Team Purple is looking extremely dominant here in the last event here in the 8th heat 8, I should say. Purple 44 doing his thing, messing up the other team there. Yeah, Team Purple, they've got the top 3 spots, and they've got a guy who's monkeying around, messing with the backfield, so looking like a really good strategy for those guys on this race here. But like I said, MCO Royce, this guy just dominates this track especially, but figure 8 tracks with that C-Class. I don't know how he does it with that C-Class Killer B, but he just, I'm real impressed by it. Real impressed, and he's showing it off today exactly why I'm impressed by it. I mean, that's a C-Class car. That's the only C-Class car out there. But it is, you know, it's so small. I mean, and especially with Royce behind the wheel, that's a pretty hard car to hit. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm baffled by it, but it's kind of a spectacle. So Purple 44 occupying 2 of Chaos Effects members. They were just wasting their time with that anyways. Alright, just gonna pretend we didn't see any of that.